Alright guys, we got some more news on overclocking and the dungeon. KDMO will be getting all this next week, presumably, is what it says here, August 18th, on their August 18th update. DMaestro gave us more information on overclocking. So now, again, their explanations aren't always clear, right? So this is overclocking to me is pretty much what Transcendent is, right? But instead of Raremons, you're going to be sacrificing triple S pluses and U ranks. Now, when it says here, this is the cutscene, I'm assuming... See, this is where it's unclear, right? Because until we actually see it next week. Is that going to go off every time we do the skill? Or is that just the cutscene of us unlocking the skill? So that's the one thing that, that we're unsure of. But I can't imagine it being a cutscene every single time we use a skill. So I'm just going to assume, again, this is just an assumption, that this is just the cutscene that plays when you unlock your extra skill. So here we go. We get a couple of examples here. As you guys can see, these are three triple S pluses, one of them being Zorb D. And if you notice here is EOS. And it's not, it looks like it's, so apparently there's a chance of failure using, so here's the example. I think this is where people get the mistranslation, because I was listening to people saying that if you use Miko's actual, like if you're overclocking Miko and you use her U rank, it's a guaranteed success. I don't think that's what that means, by the way. It just happens to be part of the example. I think if you look here, again, EOS is a U rank, right? So it's 3 triple S in the U rank, and apparently there's a chance of failure. It says right here, tells you right here in the bottom the percentage. But it looks like if you look here, you get these items that guarantee the success. That if you see here, chance of failure, I'm assuming this is what it means. Chance of failure 0%, chance of success 100%. So that's what that means. These special items just guarantee that you get it. And it is unclear. It says cash out, but I'm assuming it's gonna be like a Gamba type of thing, right? That you just get. How much? I'm gonna see. I wouldn't be surprised if it's similar to what advanced costume is per each. You know how the scissors are like 25k a pop, at least on Alphamon, 15, 25k, whatever. That's I assume these are gonna be priced at. And these are the U ranks that are gonna be going first for the overclocking. They're gonna have overclock available right away. Now they said something interesting as well. Not only are they gonna get an extra skill and buff stats, but they're changing how their abilities work, their skills, right? Their whole skill set. So that's fine and all for, especially CMA that did, people always wanted to buff them. Olmem's gotten plenty of buffs. Now, my only thing here is, I'm assuming Zed and Shalmon, unless they get an extra family, I don't see them competing unless, like I said, these skills are just absurdly broken. What I mean is, like, somewhere in the area of what Apollomon's F5 is. We don't know, right? We won't know, but we'll know pretty soon, next week. Now, finally, we have confirmation of what the 8 new dungeons are going to be. It's going to be the Demon Lord dungeons, starting with Barbamon. So, again, wording, new, high-level tamers. A lot of people speculate that it's going to be solo dungeons. Now, I can't see them adding 8 solo dungeons, right? But at the same time, just seeing how OP Apollomon is, I just hope that it's not built around that, where, it's based off how strong Apollomon is. That would be very bad news for a lot of people, right? Like, even for a carry. But, like, we've over power crept Belial and Eos to hell. Like, they're essentially easy mode dungeons. Anyone that's max gear, anyone that's seen me run those dungeons, when, like, it's, defeat Eos in under 3 minutes, under 4 minutes, I should say. Defeat Belial in 30 seconds. It's ridiculous. So, I don't know. I just don't know how far they're gonna go with these dungeons in terms of how strong they're gonna be. Next interesting is, and the people speculated that this wouldn't be the case, but well, we have a surprise. The first item they are power creeping is the keyring. Now, great news when it comes to this keyring is we're not gonna need 3-4 different ones, right? Literally, it's gonna be all family. You just need one, and that's going to work for every single family according to what they're saying. Another great thing that I'm seeing, hopefully, also, this is interesting here, they're balancing Digimon basic attributes. So that should be, I'm curious how they're going to do that. But the other thing is, yeah, they're doing the attribute. They're also, it looks like they're reworking Shadow Labs. So it looks like they're going to do something regarding family attribute bonuses. They want a more even, according to them, a more even playing field between all the U ranks. We'll see how they do this. We'll see how they implement all these changes that they supposedly plan to do, because like I said, it could make things better, more balanced, and that way you could literally use any Digimon you want, whichever is your favorite, right? And you wouldn't have to worry about it being so much weaker, or it could just screw everything up even worse. So we'll see how they handle it. The dungeon entries, they're also gonna be kind of working on that, trying to get a good balance. So hopefully they give us plenty of dungeon entries. And I think the biggest change you can make is if you get disconnected, if you fail the fight, it doesn't count as an entry. It only counts as if you defeat or clear the dungeon. You know, that would be a very nice change, but we got to see how they do it. And here, you know, they go over it here, the entry limit here, and the rewards. They're going to go over the rewards too. I'm assuming they're going to adjust every single dungeon that are currently available right now. And then other news, these are the patch notes. I repeat, these are the patch notes. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing to say here other than the more security improvements. You guys can't see me, but rolling my eyes. And that's about it. So pretty much, so they're back from vacation now, right? Next week is the new dungeon for KDMO and Overclock. Who knows when NADMO will get it? I'm still assuming beginning of September, mid-September. I mean, if we're lucky, we might just get it the same week, but you know, that usually doesn't happen. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you have, and please comment. Let me know what you think of the upcoming features, the overclock, the new dungeons, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Take care, guys.